Well, this thermostat can't be right. It says 114 degrees Fahrenheit here at Tioga. It is sweltering hot today. Many of you watched. This is obviously after Baumhugger's win here in the Sire Stakes. I'm going to turn the air conditioner just a little bit. I mean just a little bit. My phone will overheat. I have my other phone when I have information on. I left it in the truck and it crashed because it was too hot. I had to go put it in Jeff Byron's freezer. I just got my old list. I hope it's accurate. So obviously that was a big win for Baumhugger, a big win for the stable. I believe we're the last undefeated filly in this division now. Gertrude went down in flames today, made a little break going into the turn. My God, she's a beautiful filly, that Gertrude. Wow. I don't know whether he was just trying to stuff me in a hole or maybe she made a misstep. There was a lot of breakers today at this track. I didn't find the surface bad. Baumhugger didn't certainly mind it. But, you know, somebody had said to me after, geez, you know, having all those breakers helped. I said, eventually they're not going to break. I guess I'm not going to be down on my filly because she did everything perfectly and other horses made breaks. I really thought, you know, half in a minute, 56 in a piece, 57, 28 on the end of it. She was a little flatter than I thought, but to be truthful, she's not stupid. She knew halfway down the lane there was no one around her and just kind of let up. I think she's better off the pace anyway. I shouldn't say off the pace. She's only ever been on the front in the two-hole. In the two-hole would be her off the pace. But she's just so handy. I mean, you know, I say this all the time with some of our trotters. We can put people in bad spots with their horses. You know, Gertrude coming into the gate, Andy wanted to leave enough to put me in the two-hole. And I would have went into the two-hole. But before I got there, I was going to make him earn it a little bit. I was going to make him work and push through with Gertrude. I wasn't going to give him the New York Sires race. Here you go, just take it. Here, why don't I just write you a check? No. I was going to try and put him in the spot he was in. Now, did he make a break because he was letting her trot out of there with Baumhugger and she overstepped herself and run? I don't know. It's probably only a question Gertrude and Andy can answer. But at the same time, you know, that's Baumhugger's tough, and that's you know, that's how she races. She just busted out of there quick, but she's not a runaway. What I love about this filly is, make no mistake, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if we had to. If there was a ton of speed inside of us someday and we had to race her from off the pace, I don't think it would bother her a little bit. She's just a really, really nice filly to do anything with, and she showed it today. She was good. She's a winner. She got $100,000 made in 4 starts now, undefeated in New York, I guess, in Pennsylvania, and just a nice filly. So I'm going to run through our 2-year-olds. I guess another good time to plug our Ohio partnership. Although Baumhugger is not an Ohio filly, the Ohio sale is our biggest sale of the year to start with. Now, we do have Harrisburg, we do have Lexington. They're 2 big sales that we want to focus on, but one step in front of the other, right? 1 foot in front of the other, and you know, you got to walk before you run. And our first steps of the year, make no mistake, is the Ohio sale coming up September 17th. There will be a video added to this. Now, the video we're adding to this is a little vague. You're going to have some questions, but you should. The video is meant to be vague enough where people can add their 2 cents. Can say, hey, what about this? What do you mean by this? How would this go? At the end of the day, what I'm trying to do is raise $250,000 for the Ohio sale. That's what I'm trying to do. And I will do it from the people I talk to just in our, I guess you could call them a focus group. We've raised over $100,000 for the project. So well on our way to getting to where we need to be. Let's get right into it. The 2-year-olds that are left racing, we'll talk about the ones that aren't racing, what they're up to. We'll talk about the ones that are injured. When are they expected to be back? And we'll talk about the ones that are racing. Almost There, Boss. I thought he raced okay the other night. I think this is a colt that's going to race okay for the rest of the year. I know that he has an OCD floating around in one ankle that they didn't want to take out at the start of the summer, but is operable. So do we take that out in the off season, let him grow up and mature? I suspect so. But I fully suspect he'll be a very good horse right through the rest of his 2-year-old season. And then as a sophomore, even better. That's our plan with Boss. Amor Diener has been racing good. Just looking at the schedule, I talked to Tim the other day. I don't know if I can drive him next week. I think it's Friday that they go to the Meadows. I'm at 2 places on Friday, and neither of them are in Pennsylvania. Saturday, I'm at Northfield Park, and Sunday, I'm in Lexington. This is an extremely busy time of year for me. I got to be careful. One of these times I'm going to get fined because I'm going to miss and be entered at 2 different places. You know, these drivers that drive everywhere. I talked to Scott Zeron today. It's got to be tough on them too. They almost have to hire an assistant to make sure that you're not double booked, to make sure that you're going to the right place and being there for the right trainer. It's tough. I'm just happy to be busy, put it that way. I think that's the easiest way to put it. So Amor Diener, we have Brady, who's already won with the horse. I suspect he's a front runner to drive Amor Diener next week. Arches Rainbow, we're just going to leave her. As I said, she'll come in when she's fat. And, you know, somebody asked what I meant by that the other day. I literally meant she'll come in when she is fat. And she's not yet. Better Be Sawyer's off for a bit yet. I'm going to let that airway clean up. I see her brother raced in the gold last night. Looks like he raced pretty good. She's already shown her muscle. She can go. She's a fast filly. The allergies obviously were wreaking havoc on her airway. She ended up springing a leak and bleeding. That happened to Spirited Eel this week. So rather than go to Lasix for Better Be Sawyer, we're going to give her some time off, let it all heal up, cool down, and then start her back in the fall. Blue Bayou Dio, I'm toying with the idea of putting her in the Sire Stakes in Kentucky. I know they went 53 and 54, but this affiliate jumped from 2 minutes at Mohawk to 56, 26, and 4 on the end of it. I'm not so sure she can't trot in 53. We already have a win in the B division, Incentive B. I might try her in the A division this week in Kentucky. I'm going to sleep on it. Bomb Hugger. Wow, what can I say about Bomb Hugger? She's undefeated, beautiful filly, and was a winner here in Tioga. I looked over my shoulder and I just kept seeing the graveyard pile up and the brakes from behind. Now, I did slam the brakes on coming to the half, and that let a lot of them back into it. You saw that Gertrude got right up in my rear view mirror again in the last turn. Oh, she's a tough filly. But I figured at that point, the race I thought was over. As I said to Scotty afterwards, he said, you started her up down the backstretch. I said, yeah, the last thing I want to do is get up to 3/4 in 1:30 and have somebody out-sprint me 27 and 3 on the end of it with a filly that should never beat Bomb Hugger. I'm not going to do the work I've done, put in the work I've done to get to the 3/4 pole and just get myself beat, you know, paint myself out of the winner's circle. So I figured I knew she could try at least 57 seconds on the last half. Just make sure you owe 29 down the backstretch. You should have 28 on the end of it. It was just sheer math at that point. But she raced very, very, very good. Century Invictus, man, he's come alive, hasn't he? When you look at Twinkle in Her Eye, just hasn't quite got there yet to the level of Century Invictus. These were both Bettor's Delights that kind of dogged it, right? Training down, kind of so-so, and then came right to life when they saw the gate. Man, he looked good again the other day. That's 2 wins on the front for James McDonald and Century Invictus. I don't know what was longer odds. James would win 2 races in a row on the front end with a horse, or that Century Invictus would win 2 races in a row on the front end. I have no idea. Veteran Cruiser was a winner last time out. Looked very, very good. Very impressed with this colt. Duke Dio. Remember I told you this. I don't want to make any big predictions, but I like what I see in this colt. His demeanor in the barn. I haven't trained him since he come back in yet. Just his demeanor. He just looks good now. He looks like a nice horse. He's qualified well. We're going to train him down. We're going to aim him towards that stake race in New Jersey on the 23rd of September, I believe is when it is. And we'll see how he is, but I'm very, very impressed with this colt. Isa 10, she's going to be out. She's done for the year. For no other reason we want to let her grow up, and we can. Took a look at her and said, this is a filly that's struggling and frustrated physically with the way her body is behaving. She mentally, really, the easiest way to put it was, mentally she was a winner and her body was letting her down and she was getting angry and frustrated. So let her body catch up. We turned her out for a little bit. Garden State Deal was great last week. We're going to race her barefoot next week in Kentucky, I think. She did hit that outside knee. Funny, Spirited Dio hit her knee warming up the other night. She just rubbed a little hair off it. We didn't put a boot or anything on it, and she didn't hit it in the race. But she did touch her knee. It was so weird. And Garden State Dio had hit her knee twice in Lexington. I think we're just going to take the shoes off her up front. We'll see how she races. I'm going to warm her up like that. We'll make a game time decision on Spirited Dio. Or Garden State Deal, sorry. Grace, getting healthy now. They said she's feeling good. I know that they were going to train her Saturday. We were going to go with a little stiffer training trip. The idea is to have her ready for the 20th. 20th is the next goal. I know in the last video, quickly, a couple of our clients, my partners pointed out that, hey, whoa. The one on the 14th is the Prospect Series in Hanover. The Gold is actually on the 20th. You're worried about timing. You have it because it's after the Grassroots, and you are correct. So she'll be heading back to the Gold at Mohawk on the 20th. Granite Hill, he's out. He's going to stay out for a little bit. We'll bring him back in when we bring Isa 10 in. Again, just want to see how he is when he's physically matured, and he should be after all that time in the field. Hill of Magic unfortunately injured herself and fractured her coffin bone. She will be stationary in the stall until October. Then we'll begin swimming her when that bone is completely healed. The prognosis is good. I was very happy to hear our vet say, listen, if I x-rayed 100 broken coffin bones, that's how 90 of them look. It's the top percentile. Prognosis is good. So that made me very, very happy. We'll see how Hill of Magic heals up. I fully expect we'll see her as a sophomore here at the stable. Kathy with an Eye, another horse out in the field after a bout of pneumonia in May. Cost her a 2-year-old season, but we'll see what she's made of as a sophomore. Luck of the Dragon won the other day. We did a little vet work on our 2-year-olds the other day. Right knee was bothering him, little pressure in his right coffin joint. That's what I saw when I raced him the other day. I said to pulling up, I said to Kirby and then to Jason on the phone, a little bit right front. I thought he wasn't really hanging on the line, but he was going to sleep in the turns. That could be him. I think something's bothering him on the right side. Right knee, right coffin joint, no big deal. He should be ready to go for Urbana. Massive Profit. Just give me a draw. Let him draw it in 6 or inside, and then show me he's not good enough. I don't want to hear this 9-hole, 10-hole, butchered, bad trip bullshit. It happens. Show me a draw, and then tell me the horse isn't good enough. That's what I want to see. Matt's MVP, another horse that's out. Again, these horses I expect will be good as sophomores, and I hope and expect that Matt's MVP will be one of them. Of Tom, again, did some vet work on Of Tom. Found something shocking with her. Her knees were very dry. Her feet were bothering her quite a bit also. So we'll see how she does in Urbana. She's coming back in 5 days. We'll see how the big girl races. 1-2, skip a few. We're going to take some toe off for Monday. Ooh, close to the race. I don't like doing that. But in this particular instance, I think she's coming out razor sharp. We'll work on her feet. They are going to have a lot of toe off her. I wanted to take some weight off of her. If she gets a little pacey and she makes a break, you can blame me. That's my fault. But that's my decision for this week, and that's what we're doing. Peanut Butter and Jelly, another falls under that sophomore heading that we're going to just turn them out and expect they're good as a sophomore. If they're not, they'll be weeded out. We saw that this year. We'll give them every opportunity to be the horses we hope they be. Peanut Butter and Jelly is one of those horses. Prairie Fire, again, he's starting to sound up. His lag is starting to come good. We have him in the pool. I sent out a video the other day. Was that him in the pool? Can't remember. But he's in the pool right now. We will swim him for another week. Ultrasound that lag. I just don't know why we don't see anything in there. But the heat has dissipated, so maybe he just tweaked himself, and he'll be back going within the next 2 weeks. As I said to the vet, I don't know. You can't see anything fine, but I'm telling you, there was something there. We'll gallop him for a week and see if anything shows up at that point. We're being cautious because even the Buckeyes are tough right now. He'll catch the last 2 fairs maybe in a Buckeye or whatnot. But again, a horse that's shown he has talent. We want to get him back in the swing of things, but we don't want to do it too quick. Procrastinator looked great the other day. I thought he was fine. He's in with tough horses. You're probably going to see him race out of a hole this week, which should be fine. I was really impressed with the way he raced barefoot in the fair the other day. I didn't think this horse would get around a fair. That was a tight, deep fair, and he looked very, very good doing it. Purple Aura looked good the other day again. She's in Urbana in the Buckeye on Tuesday. Renegade Gypsy, what a difference classification makes. Dropped him down into the grassroots, and he looked like a different horse the other day. He looked possessed in the mud. He looked awesome. Great job by Mario and the guys with him. Resolute Bay, I didn't see his race. We were driving, everything was spotty. I didn't see it. But the line, it looks like he was 3 wide down the backstretch. Looks like a decent line, 59 and a piece in the mud for Resolute Bay. So a decent mile for him. He'll keep banging away in the grassroots also. Rose Above It, I turned him out. I made a decision. He's not a sire stake horse. There's nothing wrong with that. But he is going to be a nice numbers, a 1, 2, and 3 trotting colt. There's money to be made there. There's wins to be had. And I believe simply just turning this horse out, bringing him back in November, racing him throughout the winter, much like we did One My Heart Hanover. Listen, I would love to have him put the money on that One My Heart Hanover has, and that's what we're looking for with this guy. Rosie's Masterpiece will come in when Archer's Rainbow does. Now, she was fat when she went out, so we don't have to look for the fatness. Just want to let her relax and have her grow up and fill out and mature. Slim Jimmy, I talked extensively about his break the other day. We know what happened now. He hit his elbow, his left elbow, and drew blood. We're probably going to change his shoes and put elbow boots on him this week for Saturday at Northfield. What I saw just didn't add up as I was trying to collect my thoughts and figure out what just took place after his break in the race. I just didn't see it being the shoeing, and it wasn't, but it was. Did the shoeing lead him up into his elbows? I don't know, but we're going to try and rectify this week and race him at Northfield Park. Stonebridge Dolce, getting better. I don't know who was worried about her out there, but she's getting better. Been in 2-3, 2-4, I think, schooling at the Meadows. Tim has her right now, and I asked him just to school her once more, and then we'll decide what we're going to do with her, but she's getting better. Stonebridge Hecate, clean bill of health from him. All those lines are filled in. Going to turn him out in the field for a month and bring him back. Sweet on Pete, her and Baumhager, that's it, that are left undefeated in our midst. She was awesome again the other day, just made it look easy. She's turned into a really, really nice filly. 3-Point Blue Chip has been in 2 minutes. Looks good. We actually sent him back to the Meadows to school on Tuesday. We'll see how he schools. Truthfully speaking, here's a little alert for everybody. He's probably going to school good on Tuesday, and we're going to send him back to Toronto. Amy's going to take care of him, but he will end up in a different stable. Maybe a stable we haven't done business with yet. I had said many, many videos ago that it might be Ben Bergeron. I would just want the colt to go to somebody that knows trotters, that knows exactly what's going on. Not that our guys don't, they do. This is a different case. There's a lot that's going on with 3-Point Blue Chip, and I just want to keep a very, very close eye on him. Not to say he may not land home and qualify under Amy, under Johnny, or Harry, or Jason. I don't know with this guy yet. I think there's something there, and not any issues. I think there's a good horse in there, and I don't want to give him any reason not to peek out for us. Taiwan On was good the other day. Just wasn't awesome. We brought her home. We're going to have our vet look at her, run some fluids into her, and try and get her ready for the Poconos next Monday. Tioga Sunshine raced okay her first start. Let's talk after 4 starts, all right? This filly had an operation. You couldn't train her up real tight before her last grassroots. I think she trotted in 2-2. Let's talk after a 4 start. I'm happy with Tioga Sunshine. I want to see more, but I want to see it on her terms. A little unfair to demand it right now. Twin Bee Habanero, we turned Twin Bee Habanero out. I trained him in 2 minutes at Northfield. Just the further we went, the more he fell apart. That's a clear indicator that something's bothering him. He did his work well, finished up all right, but felt a lot looser, I guess is the way to put it, going under the wire than he did starting out. So there's speed there, there's talent there, there's power there, but the further we went, the less he had, which I guess sounds stupid as I'm saying it. What I meant was, it just felt like the further we went, the more uncomfortable he was. He's a giant horse. Turn him out and let him grow up. Twinkle in Her Eye, 4th the other day. I thought she was a little flat, but Johnny said she was something pinching her right hind. We were going to get her looked at, get her patched up. Again, she hasn't come on near as strong as Century Invictus, but she's had her moments. She's got a lifetime mark now. She's paced 57. I want to see her grow on that, but we got to make sure she's good to do that. We'll get her looked at this week. You got to believe that break the other day was unfair. That's a big mile for that colt the other day. Like 1-2 Skipperfew shattered the track record the day before in 2:05. You got to believe made a break and trotted 2-4-1. If he doesn't break, he trots 2-3-3. It's a huge mile over there. We're going to make a few more changes with him and then race him in Urbana on Tuesday. Unbeatable Kemp had some vet work done on Unbeatable Kemp. He's heading to Lexington. I'm excited to race this guy. I think we got his attitude under control. I want to see him a little sounder, a little sharper. We'll see how he races on Sunday, but I think good things ahead for Unbeatable Kemp. Voyage of Ice and Fire, originally, but that testicle was up in the canal, not up in the abdomen, so they were able to geld him, castrate him. The downtime is the difference. I thought his downtime was going to be extensive because of that abdomen. They didn't have to scope and go up and get it in the abdomen. It was in the canal, whatever the hell that means. So he's back jogging now. It's likely to be that he'll catch the last Buckeye, maybe 2, and some fares before we shut him right down. Unless he just doesn't come on the way I expect, and then I'm not going to keep beating my head against the wall with him. I'll turn him out and give him the benefit of the doubt. Will to Win Hanover. I didn't get a report from the vet. Oh, no. The vet is away last week. Melissa McKee was away last week. Will to Win Hanover will be x-rayed this week, but I already know it's a clean bill of health for her. She'll go small paddock, big paddock, out in the paddock for 6 weeks. Then we'll start her back up for her sophomore season. Much anticipated sophomore season. And then World for 2 has been racing great. Certainly no disrespect or disgrace in his last race. The horse got beat by a 3-year-old, and I know the horse that beat him. They had high hopes for him as a 2- and 3-year-old, no slouch. So certainly no mistakes there. Mario's done a great job with him, and I can't wait to see him just finish off his season. A couple more starts, and we'll turn him out. Again, anticipating a good sophomore season. So those are all the 2-year-olds. I'll come back to the 3-year-olds, try and get things done. The kids want to go to the pool. I want to get out of here. It's 7,000 degrees, 114 degrees here in Tioga, and it feels like the bright side of the sun. It is boiling here, but a good day. No complaints. A great day here at the stable. Take care.